Here we go. Hi, Peter Charles here of Hooked Fly Fly Fishing. And today let's talk about the effects we have as anglers on smallmouth population and how that affects our fishing. Now, this is not a scientific research paper that I'm talking about. This is just, the impressions I get from fishing through the season, from the start of the season until the end of the season. Now, in Ontario, our smallmouth season in my zone starts on the 4th Saturday in June. So we're not allowed to fish over reds. We're not allowed to fish to spawning bass. The spawn is over by the time we start fishing, and it goes on into the fall. Now, I've noticed a change in the way our fishing progresses as the season progresses. And it has an impact on our thinking and a way we should approach water depending on the time in the summer. In July, just after the season opens, you can go fishing in midday, you'll get some good sized fish, you'll get plenty of fish, you'll have a good day, everything is great. As the weeks go on, you're going to find less and less big fish, and then sooner or later you're going to find the smaller fish are becoming more scarce. So you might have got 10 fish on your first day out, and now on your, 7-8 weeks into the season, you're getting maybe 2 fish at the same time of the day, and both of them are tiny. So you're going to say, what's going on? Are these fish disappearing? Are we wiping out these fish? No, they're getting acclimatized to the angling pressure. And I'm reasonably certain about that because I can relate 2 things that have occurred, one recently and one some time ago. I got an email from a buddy who said, he accessed an area of the river that is very difficult to access. It's a lot of hiking, walking, wading through muck. And he got to an area of the river that hardly anybody ever fishes. And in the middle of the day, he had a fantastic time. Fish everywhere. Everything was hitting. He was getting big fish. Go up the river, I don't know, 4 or 5 kilometers, 3 miles. Same time of the day, you might get 2 dinks. So what's going on? The fish where he was didn't see any fishermen. So they were active in the middle of the day. Also, when I floated the river on multiple occasions, I see the same pattern. You're in an area of the river that sees angling pressure, and it's midday, 10 o'clock, say, to 3 o'clock. Nothing, maybe the odd little one. And then you get to a part of the river that's hard to access on foot, and you can really only access through a drift boat. Big fish here, big fish there, bang, 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 and then you get back into the area that can be accessed by wading anglers. It goes back to a dink here and a dink there. So I think what's happening to our fishery is that as the season progresses, as they see more and more flies and rapalas and jigs and soft plastics thrown at them and bait, don't forget the bait, that they get, pressured, and they start moving to the margins. And I don't mean just the margins of the river, they start moving to the margins of the day, in the morning, in the evening. So for us as anglers, if we want to get away from catching the odd dink and want to do better, as the season progresses, look at getting out earlier or staying out later. Look at putting the effort into bushwhacking into a hard to reach spot. Those are the things we're going to have to do if we want to keep fishing and getting decent amounts and decent sizes of fish. Because if we keep hitting the same stretch of the river at the same time of day, that 10 o'clock to 3 o'clock range, sure, it was great first week of July. Fish all over the place. 4th week of August, 2nd week of September, dinks. And of course this renews the following year. You can start back up 1st week of July, fish all over the place. So there's no question in my mind that these fish are responding to angling pressure. I think the big ones just hunker down in the middle of the day and just don't touch anything, or they're moving to areas in the river that don't see much angling pressure. And the little ones, take longer to learn, but they eventually learn too. And your catch sizes go from here to here to here to here, as the bass you catch just gets smaller as the season progresses if you're fishing in midday. So keep that in mind. If you're finding that your catch rate is dropping, the sizes are dropping, look at when you're doing it and look at the angling pressure around you. And if it's a heavily pressured section of the river and you're hitting at midday, well, there's your answer. Be prepared to bushwhack and be prepared to fish early in the morning or late in the evening as the season progresses. And I think you'll do a hell of a lot better. Cheers. There we go.
Jeff's that question.
Yep. Another.